All right, guys, welcome back to the FullofBS podcast with myself and Noah.
What's going on, guys?
We're two guys who act like we know everything, but actually don't know nothing.
But actually, we know everything.
Exactly. So let's run these intros. We're going to have a good time today.
We are very opinionated people.
You mean we're assholes?
I got like personal training at the gym.
Oh my
with
God.
this guy. I didn't pay for it. It was free.
Not that. Just that last week you were so good. You didn't talk about the gym once, and now
yeah, I'm starting it off.
it started off.
Nah, there's nothing wrong with it. So basically,
Giga Chad.
I told this guy, I gave him a little present so he would train me for free. Take that as you will.
You sucked him off?
Nah, I gave him some weed.
Oh.
So, he like built like a program for me. Basically, I told him, the scene in Captain America when he first gets his powers? Make me look like that. That's what I want to look like, right? So,
Okay.
it's pretty cool, bro, what he does. Basically, it's more or less the same thing, but in between sets, you're doing calisthenics. So it's pretty fucking hard.
Okay.
So, for example, like we did incline, and then you fucking go down. You rep 10 push-ups in between sets. Or you do dips with flies. Or, like, you do flies, and then in between sets, you're doing dips.
Yeah.
Bro, it's fucking... I got lightheaded at one point. It was fucking crazy. And also, like, warm-up. We did a warm-up with the fucking sled. You know the sled?
Yeah.
Which I never do.
Yeah.
Also really fucking hard. So just in general, like what he showed, I think what personal training is, especially if you know what you're doing, is not like I don't know how to do it. Like I know how to do dips, so I know how to do this, but it's more like intensity training and doing stuff that you wouldn't normally do.
Whenever I see a personal trainer at a majority of gyms, this is what I think of. They stop working, you tell them to work more.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's because in my opinion, a personal trainer isn't telling you what you need to do. It's more motivating you to fucking do it.
Once you're experienced, I would say.
Well, I've never had a personal trainer. Don't need one, right?
Mm-hmm.
But no, like every time I saw them like at a community center or something, if they were with somebody who was actually fit, it was usually like their friend, and they were just like working out with them, sort of.
Yeah.
But if it was like someone random, it would usually be like a parent who's like their first time in the gym. They don't know what they're doing, and they need someone to yell at them for a little bit. But then they don't come back the second time.
Nah, I think it's more like showing them. Okay, so here's my thing. I think personal training in the beginning is kind of not. It's not worth it.
It's not.
I think you should go to the gym and kind of figure out things on your own and talk to people. I mean, it helps for sure, but it's like not necessary, I would say.
The only time, in my opinion, a personal trainer is like proper is when you're like when you're super fucking rich and you actually want to get fucking like deezed.
Yeah.
Because like those people will put the time and effort in, and that's what the PT is there for. Because the PT is also gonna set up with like diets and like obviously the nutrition, but like they're gonna like figure out what kind of body fat they want to be in. Like, do they want to be big or do they want to be like skinny or whatever? And they're gonna work from there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think you actually like brought me to a good point. I was talking like with my dad. I was like, if we ever get like a lot of money, what's like the first thing we would do? And he was saying like, we'll go on vacation, get his house,
the
all that
basic
stuff.
Yeah.
I was like, nah, bro. First thing I would do, I'd get a personal chef.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, I would say I want to go downstairs for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and just say surprise me.
No. So you ever have that talk with your family about what would you do if you won the lottery? So this would definitely be what I would do.
I think chef though, number one.
Yeah. I'm on with you on that. But what I'm saying is I would hire an assistant
To get a chef.
to do all that.
Yeah,
so I would have
fair enough.
I would have a PT that would also work with my personal chef.
Mm-hmm.
That way, at least 2 out of 3 meals a day were properly healthy.
Facts.
Okay. Now.
But the thing is, they can all be healthy and taste amazing.
No.
What do you mean?
My guy, sometimes you just want a fucking burger in life.
Okay, fair.
You know what I mean?
But like, you don't eat a burger every day.
No. But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
I would say like make everything healthy, and then like on the odd occasion.
Yeah. Like when the boys come over, you know?
Make some burgers, some ribs, you know.
Now, let's say you won a lottery that was $2 million.
Mm-hmm.
Not enough to retire,
Okay.
but $2 fucking million.
Mm-hmm.
First question: how much are you giving to your parents? Don't forget $2 million before tax.
Well, there's no tax on the lottery in Canada.
Oh, isn't there?
No.
Oh, never mind. Oh no, it's only in America, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
So you get $2 million. What would I give to my parents? I would give them.
Isn't that a hard question?
I would give them. I think I would do it like this. I would invest a majority of it,
Yeah.
and then every year, let's say I get like 7%, so that's 140,000.
If
I'll
you're doing-
give him like
Not if you're doing all. No, you're not gonna put all $2 million.
yeah, probably not. Okay, so let's say I make it's a hard question.
Just put half of it in $1 million. We'll make it easy.
Okay, 70,000 I'm making for free. That's not enough money. I think I'd give him like 100, 200K max.
Yeah, like you know, like whenever I talk to my parents about this, it's like if it's under a certain amount, we'll say under 2, honestly. Don't buy me shit
Yeah.
now, right? But if it's like above that, you have to give me a quarter.
I don't think they have to give you shit, bro.
Nah, they have to, bro.
What do you mean?
It's like it's.
I think they could take care of you, but
Nah, it would be illegal not to give me the quarter. I'll tell you why. My family's me and my brother, my mom and dad. Let's say we win the Lotto Max 50 million jackpot, right?
mm-hmm.
You're gonna tell me you're not gonna give me $12.5 million?
No,
My mother and father.
no, they wouldn't. I think they would give you like, bro, you can live so comfortably on 5 million, so comfortably. Do whatever you want. Go on vacations. Fucking.
What do they need?
I understand. Okay, you can't get a fucking personal chef and all this stuff.
Bro, what do they
You
need?
can do whatever you want.
What do
though.
they need the extra $7.5 million for, bro? They're already gonna retire. They're
That's
fine.
also facts.
Just
Like,
give me the 12.5.
You don't need like 30 million. You're okay with like 15 also. Right?
Yeah, I'm like, give me the 12.5. That way I can make more money. That's it.
Yeah, you could do that.
Like, so my favorite question to ever ask, right? So this one, it really shows if you like your family, if you don't like your family. If you won that $50 million, how much of that will go to extended family, if any?
Okay. So I think
I have it labeled already for myself.
so. I think let's. Am I winning the 50 million?
$50 million. If it's $2 million,
Okay.
you're gonna buy them a
so I
fucking
think
vacation,
I'm
that's it.
giving like 15 to my parents.
Combined.
Yeah.
Okay.
So 7.5 each. Whatever. They have a
Joint account, yeah,
account.
15.
15 million. Right? So I'd buy that. Then extended family. So let's say my cousins. I have like one group of cousins that I would give money to. I'd probably give like 2 million to start. And then I'd be like, here's another million, here's another million, you know, like
Nah,
buy them
bullshit.
fucking
Nah.
cars. I wouldn't just drop them like 20 million like that or whatever, 10 million.
No,
They don't need it.
I would not do a second gift because that's the point where people are like they come out of the woodworks. Like,
No. That's it. And then I think my grandmas, my two grandmas, I'd give them like 300K. They don't need more money than that. Like they live in an apartment, you know.
Say, watch what you say there, bro.
They don't need it though. Like they're already like getting pretty old, so
Yeah.
it's like they don't need $5 million, you know.
Yeah. So this was the thought process.
Oh, and my brother, I would give also like 5-6 million. He'll be fine anyways. So.
Oh yeah. No, your brother's been making fucking so much
Yeah.
money, from what I can understand. But no, like this was my thought process when I was growing up. Because I don't know if you know, but my family has a lot of beef with each other.
Mm-hmm.
Both sides, right? Maybe we're the problem. I don't fucking know, right? Whatever. I would have to go to some family members and be like, "Remember what happened there?" I don't know. I don't know if you want to be if you're nice to me now or if you were nice to me before. But no. Like all kidding aside, what I would do, because I have a lot of family members. I have 3 uncles, 2 aunts, all of them with either 3 or 4 kids. And I got my grandparents in it,
Yeah.
right? I think what I would do is I would give them each 25K.
That's it, bro. 25K is nothing.
Hold up. Maybe 50.
Okay.
But here's why. First of all, they all live in Israel, so the exchange rate is proper for me.
Okay.
So it looks like it's more like 150,000 in their currency. But that's enough for them to get a head start. Because they're all like the majority of them. So
Nah, bro. Real estate in Israel is fucking expensive.
I'm not saying get a fucking house. I'm saying get ahead in life. Some of them want to go
Okay.
to school, whatever.
Yeah,
But then,
basically like pay for their school
Yeah.
kind of thing.
but then whenever I go on vacation, they get some dope shit.
That was another thing where it was like, let's say like my extended family,
Yeah.
because it doesn't really apply to me, right? They have like 2 young daughters, go to school. Like, I don't think necessarily they want to move. Like, I'm sure if you buy them a house,
They'll fucking
yeah, they'll be like, oh, well, that's amazing,
I'll
right?
fucking sell it.
Yeah. But I think like they like the area that they're in. Let's say, right? Thornhill Woods, nice area.
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah. I mean,
You
way-
could
way
do
to- way to
something.
dox us, but
Yeah. You could do something where it's like you pay off their mortgage, you buy them cars, and you pay for the kids' university, and you give them nice presents all the time. Like, you
don't-
could do
but-
that too.
But don't forget, you don't have unlimited money.
I mean, like tuition. Let's say it's like 50K, bro.
That's
That's
not.
nothing.
That's like Drake fucking betting $1 million on a fight. It's like dropping $100.
Yeah. So it's like you just pay for everything. You don't have to just drop them $5 million. You know.
Yeah, I also thought about that, but then I feel like that would take so much effort on my part. I have to
Yeah, and they'd always be asking for money. Also.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. That's what I'd be nervous about. Like if someone comes up to me who like, I know they've been shit talking my parents or something, and they're like, "Hey, how's it going?" And I'd be like, "Hey, go fuck yourself."
Yeah.
But the thing is, if it happened, I wouldn't have the balls to say it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm a guy that'll say like, "Yo, I'd fuck that guy up,"
But then you wouldn't.
but I'd be too nervous to start the fight.
Yeah. Yeah.
Although if the fight came to me, I'd have to fucking fight. That's a different story.
Yeah.
But like, I'm not the kind of guy to go and start a fight. I'm the kind of guy to say I'll go and start the fight. You know what I mean? So like, if my family were like, "Oh, can you give me this and this?" I don't know if I'd be like no. I feel like I'd be like yes, but I feel guilty about it after.
See, that's another reason why you can just like fucking, if you drop someone $5 million and then they ask for money again.
You're like, I already gave you $5 fucking million.
Nah, it's not even that. It's like they're just stupid with money at that point.
Yeah.
If you fucking lost all of it and then you're coming for more, I would say no.
Yeah, of course not.
I wouldn't cave into that. So there's
that
another
would be
like
easier to say no to. 'Cause
Yeah.
you already gave them.
So in that sense, I think I would do like, I would just give them money. Like, be like, okay, like basically I fucking set you up for life. Don't ask for money again.
Yeah. Okay. Actually, here I'm gonna change my answer a little bit. What I would do is, if it was 50 million, I would keep about 20 for myself because I would invest, and I'm the youngest in my family, so like it goes the longest way. I'd give my brother, my mom, my dad, each of them about 7.5. Okay. So that leaves me with another $7.5 million.
Mm-hmm.
That $7.5 million would go to friends and family, or maybe not 7.5. That's a little too much. Maybe like 3 or 4, because I have a lot of family members. That's why it would get divvied up to like 100,000, 150,000. I like you a little more. Here's $250,000, whatever.
Yeah, but like the thing is, I wouldn't like
Ooh, would you give to friends? Actually, that's a good question. Because I feel like
yes and no.
I feel like now we're getting to the point where it's like we're giving to so many people it has to be a little amount, like 50K.
Yeah, here's the thing. If I own 50 million, right, and I just gave you 100K, would you be mad about that? Oh, God, give me more.
It would be the biggest double-edged sword. Like for me especially, I'd be like, bro, we've been friends for how long?
Like,
I'd be like, that's not even 10K per year.
okay, you know what I might do? I might like buy an apartment, and then we just like live in it together.
Oh, cute.
You know, we could do something like that.
Yeah.
Where it's like okay, if I give you fucking $1 million, you're gonna go and buy an apartment, right? Or something like that.
Yeah, some shit like
Right? Or we just like fucking, we just live in the same place.
that. I mean, hey, if you want to live with me, fine. But I told you, I'm not. You
Yeah,
got
yeah.
to hear my fucking drums all day, bro.
Yeah, nah, I'd get you the electric one.
But yeah, like I don't know. Those are always my favorite stories to ask people. It's like, what would you do with the? Because it's such a fucking endless possibility question. But you also know that you can also tell like when some people are saying it that they're the kind of people that are gonna lose all the money real quick. You know what I mean?
The thing is, I don't think when I go on more vacations, well, yeah, I'd be going on vacations all the time. But the thing is, it's like, let's say like the difference between a 5-star resort, which is like, let's say if you go for a week, $2,500,
Yeah.
right? And like a super expensive resort, let's say it's $7,000, right, for a week. If you have $50 million, you wouldn't even blink about that. Like, it's
Yeah.
such a little amount when you have 50 million.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I'm gonna go on vacation all the time. I'm gonna buy like 1, maybe 2 cars, but I doubt it because I don't need 2 cars, right?
Nah, you would definitely get 2. One for like one for day to day, one for like cool shit.
Flexing,
Yeah.
I guess. And then it's like, okay, I could give some money to family. Like, what else do I need? A personal chef, okay, $50,000 a year.
Yeah, you don't need much because you don't have to work, so you just like you need leisure money, you know. I mean,
But yeah, that's what I don't like. The reason that people blow their money is like they fucking do private jets and like they buy the very luxurious stuff.
don't forget the drugs. Drugs is like I remember watching that video of like people who like lost all their fucking fortune, and most of it's because like they end up spending like half of it in just drugs.
And that's the thing. It's like, okay, I want to buy let's say I want to buy 2 cars. I'll buy a Tesla.
Yeah.
So let's say I max it. I do the most mods, 200K. Okay. Then I want a flex car. This is where I think people who win the lottery lose money. I could go to the dealership and look at the Bugatti and it's $3 million, right? Or I look at the Lamborghini and it's like 400K.
Yeah, that's just a smarter decision.
Yeah, it's like, okay, I understand it's a Bugatti, but I don't fucking need to spend $3 million on a car, right? I'll fucking indulge and I'll enjoy this Lambo instead.
Yeah, 400K is still a lot of money. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's like I think a lot of decisions like that people make that they think like, oh, I have unlimited money, so I'll just get the more expensive option.
Yeah.
No, not necessarily.
No, you know what? Before COVID hit, I was actually I was like that, but like obviously to a way smaller degree, because like I was working and most people I knew weren't. So like when we went out, like if one meal was say $30 and one was like 45, it wouldn't care which one I liked more. I would always pick the more expensive one. Not even to like flex. It's like, oh yeah, I got the money. Who gives a fuck? I work hard.
No, it's more like you can get that more expensive option, right? But then there's an option for $200, and it's like, I could get it, but I'm not gonna spend $200 on a fucking meal.
Like,
right?
Best way to explain it. I'm buying a new PC, right? My PC is costing say $1,500, and I'm like, you know what? I have the money now. Maybe I want a CPU that's gonna last me a bit longer. So I spent another $500, and it ends up being 2K like that. Like stuff like that, I've done a lot before COVID, and only like after did I realize this thing called saving in life. Because once Trudeau was giving me all that money, and my account was just going up, I was like, I like this feeling of like, yo, I got I got money in my bank right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not like 1,000 coming in, 1,000 coming out kind of shit. Like actually having money. So now I'm a lot more like, I could do this, but why? It's not a big deal. I'd rather just do that or whatever. You know what I mean? So because of that, now I actually have fucking money and I feel good.
You know what's funny? I had a oh shit, I'm so privileged moment.
I love those.
So, we get paid every 2 weeks on Friday. I think like the accountant or something wasn't there or something, so we got paid the following week, like on Tuesday or something. Whatever.
Yeah.
I come in on Monday, bro. Everybody's thought they didn't get paid. I did get paid when you get the money. I didn't notice, bro.
You didn't check your shit?
I didn't check, bro. Like, I don't need it. Like,
nah, dude, you know
it's
what?
such a like oh shit moment.
Nah, you know what fucking gets me, bro? People love to tell me how privileged I am, and I'm just like, bro, you don't gotta tell me the fact that I already know. And they're like, what do you mean? I'm like, I will start talking about like the fact that I went out with my parents, and then out of nowhere, someone I work with is like, "Oh, you're so lucky. My parents live all the way." I'm like, I didn't fucking ask.
Oh, that's the worst, though.
Bro, I'm looking at them like, bro, you asked me about a story about my parents. I'm telling you, and now you're mad that both my parents I live with both my parents. Like, I legitimately tell people that I work with that I live with my parents, and like, "Oh, you're so lucky. You're so lucky." I'm like, you could have moved back down the street to your parents' house.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You chose to move out.
Like, I'm sorry that you moved out. But, like, they love to tell me what my privilege is. And I'm just like, they want me to live with them? Cheaper? Sorry.
Yeah.
And
I don't get it.
Like, all the time. Like, the best one is like, yo, so I was with my mother and my father the other day, and they're like, oh, you're so lucky, but my parents divorced. And I was like, I'm like, what the fuck, bro?
Just anything you say.
Yeah. Or like, what's it called? Or like, maybe someone's like an adopted, so they're like, oh, are you biological parents? And I'm like, what are you talking about, bro? Like, assume biological.
Yeah. They just make you feel like shit, bro. It doesn't matter what you say. It's like, I had a coffee, and they're like, oh my god, you can afford coffee?
Oh, dude. But the thing is, it's not even just like, it's always comparing. Like,
Yeah.
I'm a server, right? Servers love to compare their shitty tables.
Yeah.
And fair enough, right?
Yeah.
But like, let's say I get a table and it's a 15% tip. In my head now, because I work where I work, I'm like, these cheap motherfuckers.
Mm-hmm.
But then I have to check myself. I'm like, bro, 15% is the average. What do you is like the fair fucking average? You can't get. I have to check myself. Other people they don't do that, right?
Yeah.
Like the bill is $300. They get 45 tip. They're like, yo, these cheap fucks. And then someone else will come beside them and be like, oh yeah, you think that's bad? My bill was $400 and they gave me this $45 tip as well. And I'm like, bro, can y'all shut the fuck up?
Yeah.
You're getting paid. You never went to school.
Yeah, it's like, what do you expect to make $100,000?
Like, well, some service can make $100,000.
Yeah.
But like, I look at them like, bro, can we like stop complaining about our fucking lives and just fucking work and make the money?
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's people, not even that I work with, just in general. Like every fucking place that I work at, people that complain about every fucking thing, and I'm like, you really need to check your fucking privilege.
Yeah.
I don't care what fucking race you are, what gender you are, whatever.
There's
Like-
also like, you always have to like look at it as, how can I find a solution, right? Like if you just complain about it and say, oh, I can't, and then this, nothing happens.
Nah.
You know, you have to always look like, this is the problem. How could I have done better, or how could I improve next time, or be ready for next time, whatever. Which brings me to a good point. So I like to think that I'm good at my job.
Think.
There's just one problem with it, and I hate to say it, but I think it's true. I'm so good at my job that I'm causing us to grow too fast. So, for example,
Cocky bastard.
for example, I started in April. So in April, we were doing like services for other business. We weren't selling direct to consumer.
Yeah.
Then we started in January, right? So in January, we got one product, direct to consumer.
Okay.
One product, one vape, right?
Yep. I mean, why are you
And-
asking me? Yeah.
No, I'm just saying. And it was good, whatever. I was still like kind of learning. We're this first time we're ever selling direct to consumer, right? Then I kind of got the gist of how the government likes their products to be pitched. So I'm like, okay, I understand what this guy is looking for. I'm going to play right into his fucking pocket. I'm going to go right into his fucking back pocket. I just just take everything, right?
Okay.
So now we have two products. In December, we're going to have 30. So, amazing. But that's a lot of manufacturing. Like, that's a ridiculous amount of manufacturing. So, all of a sudden work ramps up like, times 15, bro. It's like, you think it's busy now. In a few months, it's times 15.
Okay.
Right? So everybody's saying like, oh, it's a lot, whatever. I heard my dad talking about it. I understand it's a lot, but you can't complain. You have to look for a solution. That's like the biggest thing when running a business. Obviously, you're going to fucking run into mistakes, and going 100 miles an hour is also the right way to do it. But the ones that will succeed are the ones that find solutions. So, don't complain. I don't really know where I'm going with this, but like, you know what I mean?
Dude, all I got from that was, I am so good at my fucking job that it's actually bad. That's all I got from it. That's all that I heard
It's
you
true.
say.
It's true.
That's so fucking jokes.
Well, okay, bro. None of our other competitors, like, they get like a product here, a product there. Maybe they have like 10 products, 15 products total. They've been in the market way longer than us. And we are for sure going to have basically double our competitors by the end of the year. So I'm happy. I fucking love it. But it's crazy.
I'll wait to see the stock price increase, okay?
Yes, sir.
I'll keep it off the record.
Yeah, that's all good.
I'm just kidding.
We're chilling.
But yeah, like, dude, like whenever I saw people like, not even at work, in life, like when I saw people complaining at my school, I'm like, think about what you're doing right now. You are complaining about how hard your schoolwork is in university, the place that will hopefully get you a job, a fairly high-paying job as your first job ever. I started working when I was 15. Imagine the first time you ever worked. The first ever job you had.
Yeah.
Complained about pay.
No, I didn't.
You know why? Because you never got paid before.
I don't even remember my first job. I don't know what.
Oh, I do. I was the dishwasher. I was 15.
I want to say like I was a grocery clerk or something.
Yeah, some shit.
I don't fucking remember.
No, but like nowadays when I see people making like on average like let's say $40 an hour from serving, and they're complaining that their table was shit. I'm like, do you want to go do some dishes in the back?
$40 an hour?
Well, yeah, you pay plus tips.
And it averages to about 40 an hour?
On my good nights, I will usually make about 300 to 350 in tips. And that's over like an 8-hour period, maybe 10-hour period.
Mm-hmm.
So that averages like 30 to 35 plus an hour on top of my actual pay.
And what about a slow day?
Slow day. We don't really get slow days. We're a bit different than most restaurants. We're very event based. So our slow days, we'll say 200 over like an 8 to 10 hour period.
Okay.
So that's $20, right? So 20 plus 15,
Okay,
35,
fair.
right? So I'm like, you're making an app like.
Let's say like $28 an hour average.
Sure,
whatever. If you work throughout the week. Yeah.
Well, you're thinking tips, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So make it 43 then, because my pay.
Okay.
Right? Like you're making 43 an hour, $40 an hour, whatever the fuck, right? Shut the fuck up.
Yeah. What the hell are you complaining
If
about?
you complain about pay at that point, go back to school, pick a high paying degree like computer engineering or some shit, and go do that.
And go make $30 an hour. Unless you're top of the class.
Yeah, but it's like I don't know. Sometimes it actually pisses me off because, like, especially people like there's some people that I work with that are so nice about about like how they go with it, like to the point where like even I have to check myself and be like, yo, I gotta be just as good as these guys and like respectful as these guys, whatever. And then people are just complaining every time. And I'm just like, bro, you're handing food to a table.
Yeah.
You're asking them if they want a refill on their beverage. You know what I mean? Like, serving is not a hard job, right? And, like, oh, man. Sorry, I know I'm going on a bit of a rant here. But, like, serving is not a hard job. And if you get stressed out, you get stressed out, whatever. I get that. But once the stressful period is over, relax.
Yeah, I just don't get stressed. That's, like, that's my thing.
It's a good thing that where I work, bro, there's not many people that actually, like get stressed like that.
Yeah.
I'm talking in general, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause especially when I started serving, the first 2 places I worked at, bro, man's wouldn't shut the fuck up. I don't know how I walked into my first serving job and I was already one of the best servers there. You know what I mean?
Well, I always think like every job that I go to, I'm the best.
Yeah. But
Even if I'm not.
I think to you, it was a little bit to your detriment at the beginning as well.
Yeah, like for sure. But because it's more like I didn't have work experience. So it was more like, listen, I've always been one that I can pick up things quickly, right? But then if you don't have the work experience, you think you're better, which could be true in some areas, but not even close to like someone who knows more than you or has been there longer than you.
No, what I try to avoid is being that guy who walks into the place and tells them what they're doing wrong.
Yeah.
Like, even though, like, sometimes it's fucking blatantly, like, wrong.
Yeah.
Like, I remember, like, after a month of working, I was having a smoke with my manager. And she was just talking about, like, how the restaurant's being stressed out right now. And I'm like, hey, I don't want to be that guy. But I think there's a few things that I could even just tell you that we can change. Like, it could be really easy changes that'll fix stuff up. And they're like, yeah, go for it. I'm like, you're not going to get mad at me? No. You sure? I'm not gonna be that guy. No, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then some people are like, oh, we have to do this, and I look at them like, did you graduate preschool? You fucking moron.
Yeah. Well, that's why I think that thought process is for people who are leaders. They're always looking to improve. Because some people just don't give a shit.
Yeah.
It fucking runs like shit, and they don't care. They get paid. They go home.
Yeah.
I
mean, you need that mentality a little bit in the workplace. You need it to be like, you need to be able to separate yourself from work. You know what I mean? Not be like, oh, fuck this place, whatever. Like when you're there, you're fucking there.
Yeah.
But the second your time is over, you're stress free. People need that. You know what I mean? Like, you ever go, like, do you go home and your family, all they do is talk about work? Yeah. I'm not joining my family business because of that.
Why? Because it's all the time work?
Literally every time we're hanging out, all they do is talk about what happened here, what happened there at work. And I'm like, you guys are at work for 10, 12 hours a day. Can you have like an hour where you shut the fuck up about work? Mm-hmm. Talk about what's good in life? Maybe talk about a UFC fight coming up or something?
It's different though.
Like
when you own the business, let's say, it depends what your goal is. Like, let's say with your brother, he wants to grow the business, right?
Okay.
So you have to have like some kind of obsession about it. If you don't, like, it's just never.
No, but you're not talking about what you can improve. You're just talking like about like this customer being a piece of shit or like how fucking hot it was today or whatever. Like you're not talking about like improving the business.
Oh.
That's a different thing, right? I can understand that. But like you're just talking about what happened that day at work, and I'm just like, I'm not here for it.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
I talk to my dad like all the time about business, and it's always like, what could we do here? What could we do there? It's like, what's happening? Like, so we're both on the same page.
Yeah.
I feel like, but it's because we're like we want to get to a certain goal.
Yeah.
Right? So in that sense, I think you have to like kind of be obsessed about it. But I fully get your side because like when we literally are at work 11 hours a day, we come home, we talk about work.
Yeah.
So.
Like, I don't care if you talk about work. I just care about what you're talking. Like, if you're being negative about it, like, or you're being positive about it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Because me, I am what's it called?
A social butterfly.
Like, but like when I come home from work, I don't talk about the shit that happened at work. I talk about the funny shit that happened at work.
Yeah.
My parents get a laugh or whatever. Like, I'll tell you what. This happened literally last night, and it pissed me off at the beginning, and then I was laughing about it at the end. I'm talking to this table. This table's from Montreal. You can tell, right? They barely speak English. Mm-hmm. They talk like this with this accent all the time. Whatever. 3 dudes, 1 girl, and this is the one stereotype that is true amongst any restaurant. Okay. If they come in an hour before closing and they order well-done steak, you're fucked.
Okay.
I'm sorry. That's the one stereotype I believe in wholeheartedly. If you come in an hour before closing and you order well-done steak, you're a piece of shit.
Why?
First of all, they never tip.
Okay.
Number 2, they act like they're at the most fancy place, so they make you do everything. Like, they literally have you over every 2 fucking seconds. And also, when it's 5 minutes before last call and you have someone order well-done steak, you just fuck the kitchen up so bad. Because well-done steak takes at least like 20 minutes. You know what I mean? So you're just making them stay for no fucking whatever.
Right.
So just all in all, bad person. Okay? I'm talking to the table. The dude is trying to like translate what he's saying into English in his head, right? Lady to my right.
Doing the snap, eh?
I looked at her. I'm like, I'm at your fucking table. I'm not somewhere else. And even then, if you fucking snap me, there's a problem, right? I'm talking to your boy, right? I look at her. I'm like, yes, I want this. And I'm like, I don't care. Mm-hmm. Yeah, whatever. So I'm pissed off about that, right? Because why wouldn't I be? It's like it's past midnight. Mm-hmm. I've been there for like 8 hours already. You fucking snaps at you. And this is why I laughed about it after. So I was like, I told my chef about it. I'm like, if you want, like, I look at him. I'm like, I'm sorry to say, you're about to get a bunch of fucking well-done steaks. He's like, are you fucking kidding me? I'm like, dude, one of them just snapped at me. He starts laughing. It's like, yeah. He's like, fine. And my coworker overhears that. She's like, oh, is it that one table? I'm like, yes. Now she like misinterpreted what table I was talking about, right? Because she had a table as well of people who came in super late, and they were pretty much well-done steakers.
Okay.
But her table was 3 girls. It was like the one like right to the left of mine.
Mm-hmm.
She goes up to the table.
The wrong table.
She went to her table.
Okay.
Right, the one that was the 3 ladies.
Yeah.
Same fucking thing. So, bitch starts snapping at her.
Mm-hmm.
I look at her. She looks at me. While it happens, and we're just like, "What the fuck is going on today?"
Yeah.
Right. And then that table, like the well-done steak orders, they're ordering, and she wants nachos to start. Right. No problem. She's like, "I don't want any of the toppings. I just want cheese. I want extra cheese." Like, okay, little weird, whatever.
Yeah.
But then she looks at me. I'm not even her fucking server. If there's not enough cheese on this fucking plate, there's gonna be a problem.
I feel like shut the fuck up.
I'm like, problem?
Yeah.
What fucking problem, right? And then she fucking snaps, and then me and the other server just start laughing at each other.
Now, I have a question.
Yeah.
Kind of a little off topic.
Yeah.
But kind of. I don't know. If you could own a restaurant and serve a certain type of food, what food would it be?
Italian. Easily.
Italian?
Can I tell you what?
Yeah.
People. When you go to Italian, you get a lot of drinks. Drinks are the highest turnover. It's like 80% turnover.
Nah, not about money wise.
It is about
just not if money wasn't an issue.
Okay.
And this is just like your restaurant.
Then breakfast.
Me too.
You know why?
Why?
The best hours.
The best hours, and I also think the best food.
I mean,
Bro, just when you have a nice breakfast that just hits.
it is different.
what's better than that, bro?
No, you're right. You're right. 100%.
Yeah.
But like, if we're talking money wise, 100% Italian, because I was gonna say Italian food is the cheapest to make, and it sells for just as much as anything else.
Yeah. Like
And-
pasta's fucking really cheap.
Yeah. And then what's it called? Like, when you go to Italian, it's a lot of drinks, a lot of like mixed drinks and stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
and that's just proper money to the bar.
Facts. Okay, now, speaking of weird food, you mentioned the CNE. Have you seen some of the food there?
I was there the other day.
Oh, did you try the ketchup and mustard ice cream?
I saw it.
Yeah.
I saw it, and I wanted to try it.
Nah, it would have been so nasty.
Nah, bro. So if you guys don't know, the CNE, the Canadian National Exhibition, is a carnival that comes to Toronto every year, from mid to late August to early September, and it hasn't been going on for a few years because of COVID, but this is the first year back, right? So I went, and I ate so much shit.
Like what?
Like, we walked in and we just fucking saw it. We like kids in a candy store kind of thing. I'll tell you what I started off with, okay? By the way, I farted. Sorry, it's a little smelly. My bad. So, first things first, mini powdered donuts. Every time.
Not my
Tiny
style.
Tom's, mini powdered donuts with sugar.
Not my
Fire.
style.
Whatever, that's my family, right? We got a bucket,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
We didn't fucking walk. We
Yeah.
just held the bucket. People just went. I went from there immediately to a corn dog.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, as we're walking to grab more food, I get a slushie on the way. A shitty slushie, to be
Yeah.
fair, but a slushie. Right? It's also hot out. You gotta be nice and cool. So as I'm drinking my slushie, my parents, they get some fucking chicken tenders and fries. I don't know why, but they got chicken tenders and fries. And I'm like, you know what? I gotta watch what I eat right now. I've already eaten like shit. My stomach hurts a bit. You guys eat. I'll be good. Start walking around a little more. You know. We skipped the food court because we've been there every fucking year,
Yeah.
and we're like, you know what? We want to just eat stupid shit,
Mm-hmm.
right? So I'm chilling for a bit. We're playing some games. We're gambling a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, you know, like all the $1, $2 bets you can do
Yeah.
and stuff. Which, by the way, I was making a killing. Within 5 minutes, I tripled my money.
To $5?
Not 20 to 60, bro.
Oh, okay.
Not bad, bro. My parents were asking for loans and stuff. You know what I mean? Whatever. So they kept going, and I was like, fuck it, I'm done. Deep fried Mars bar.
How was that?
Fucking hit, dude.
I'm not a huge Mars bar fan, though.
I love Mars bars.
Nah,
But yo, deep fried.
yeah, I bet it's good.
Bro, it literally tasted like diabetes. It was so good. And then I topped that all off with some popcorn.
Jesus, bro. How much did you eat?
We were there like for like 6-7 hours. So we were just
Oh,
fucking
okay.
going, right? But like we played some more games, lost a bit of money, whatever. I ended up winning one of the the game where you just shoot the water in the hole and it's like a race. Your boy fucking killed it because he plays Apex Legends, not Call of Duty.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That was a great joke, by the way. And what's it called? Got like a fucking like some toys, whatever. Gave it to my cousin because she's in town from Israel.
Right.
And then on the way out, some beef jerky, bro. Some
That's so much
some
food,
actual
bro.
beef jerky.
I would have had like a burger and maybe like a dessert. That's it.
You want to laugh a little bit?
What?
On the way home, my family wanted McDonald's,
Jeez, bro.
and I wonder why I'm not skinny, bro.
Yeah, you're pretty skinny.
Nah, I'm skinny. Nah, I don't know how to put it right. I'm skinny because when I worked outside, I lost bare weight, and I haven't been able to regain it because your boy works too much.
Yeah. Now speaking of CNE, bro, you're supposed to go with a girl to the CNE. What's happening? Let's enlighten the audience about your female.
Dude, you actually
your female life.
The timing could not have been better for you.
Why?
So here's the thing. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna make this a lesson for all the men out there.
Okay.
Okay. This is some alpha shit.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's not. So, when I started working at this place, I immediately had my eyes set, right?
Yeah, you had your eye on someone.
Yeah. And I didn't want to be that guy that just because I think even before I started working, like I think we even said on the podcast that like I just have a tendency to like go after people that I work with,
Mm-hmm.
just because it's easier, and like once I get over that phase, like that introduction phase, I'm a fucking gangster.
Okay.
So I'm naturally just a flirt, right? Like at work, I'm flirting with with all the girls, like just having fun, whatever. So one girl I can see, she's fucking with it. I'm like lit. She's fucking hot.
Okay.
Right. So I'm not gonna just get into too much details, but basically, so like we hang out. We realize there's feelings there, whatever. Me, I don't want just like a fling. I don't give a fuck for like just one night stands or whatever. I want I want a relationship, right? Something I've never had before. I just want to try.
Wait, when'd you go out?
Hold up.
Oh,
We
okay.
didn't really go out, but like we would like hang out after work,
Okay.
right? And whatever, there was feelings there, whatever. But she didn't want a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm in a tough position right now because that's the only thing that I want. I don't care for one night stands or anything like that. Never been my style, right? So whatever. So the only thing, so I messed up because I started overthinking.
Okay.
Like I think this is the problem with most dudes when they're like when they're like talking to girls, is overthinking. Like before, like I was just fucking around, having a good time, being myself, and that's what attracts people, I think, right? But then the second I realized it was feelings, I was like, okay, do I say this? Do I say that? Do I say this? Do I say that? Right? And that's when it's like,
Can't be like that.
yeah. And that's when she even messaged me saying like, yo, I'm getting fucking annoyed.
Jeez.
Which is like, I was like, fine, my bad, I'm gonna chill out. We're just friends, whatever. Right? But like, because I literally asked her, I'm like, hey, do you want to like go on a date? She's like, nah, I'm not down for relationships, whatever. And I was like, oh shit. Well, I didn't mean to make you like feel weird. And she's like, no, don't worry. And then I'm sorry if I, what's it called? If I changed. But like, she's like, dude, shut the fuck up. We're fine.
Mm-hmm.
There's no big deal. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you overthought it.
Yeah,
sure.
I fully just overthought it, right?
I think I like if I was in your position, I would have just been like, you want to hang out, and if she says no, then it's like, okay.
yeah,
cool.
yeah. The thing is, like, if I was like, you want to hang out? and
Not
she's
like, oh, you want to go on a date and this and that. Nah.
yeah. No, like if I was like, yo, you want to hang out? And she's like, no, I'm like, I'd be like, fine.
Uh-huh.
It's the fact that like I knew she liked me and she knew that I liked her.
Mm-hmm.
So like in that sense, that's where I started overthinking it, right? Because I was like, what if I say it like this? What if I say it like that? Whatever. And I think that's a problem with most dudes, right? I think once we get in our heads about it, we already lost the game before it started.
It's not a problem for me, bro. I like you can't think about it like, oh, I want to date this girl and all this stuff before you even like hang out with her, you know?
Well, I know, like we've been hanging out like as friends beforehand. That's where I was like thinking about it. You know what I mean?
But did you ever hang out one-on-one?
A little bit after work here and there, but not really.
Like for me, it would just be like I would just say like, you want to hang out, and if she says yes, she's down. If she says no,
She's not down.
she's not down.
No, that I get. So that's where it was tough for me just to kind of like figure it out. Because don't forget,
Okay.
it's been a while since I've done this. You know what I mean? I'm not the kind of guy that just will go up to you and like start talking to you or whatever. Like that. That's why I say working with people makes it easier because I don't have to do that whole introduction bullshit. My introduction is, hey, I'm Jamie. I'm new here. Like, what's your name? How long have you been here?
So you just I think you gotta practice more.
Yeah, that's what it is. And the thing is, so I
Like you see a hot girl, just like go talk to her.
Yeah, that is a good rule actually for a lot of people watching, where it's like, if you look at someone you like them, just be like, hey, my name's Jamie. I think you're attractive. Like, just be like.
But you don't do it.
I know. I'm saying it's a good rule of thumb.
Yeah. See, before I was like kind of seeing this girl, I would do that all the time. Just whoever I thought was attractive, I would literally just say whether I'm, unless it's in the gym, because I feel like in the gym it's a little weird.
They get very like pissed off about it.
But even in the gym, if you're there and you see them long enough, then you can kind of strike a conversation. Like if you're a regular in the gym,
you start off with like the hey, what's up?
Yeah,
and like over time.
Yeah. Then you can do it. Like even now, like I have friends at the gym that are girls that I've met there, kind of thing. Doesn't mean like I'm pursuing them or anything, but just like in general, right?
Yeah.
Like I didn't know them before, and now we know each other because of the gym.
Yeah.
But in general, I think doesn't matter, bro. You're walking on the street, you're at the bar, you're at work, you're at wherever. Just fucking, you see a hot girl, just introduce yourself, be like, hey, maybe think. Like the thing is, we talked about it before. The more you do it, the better you'll be at it.
Yeah, 100%. I think the only thing that you ever have to like think about beforehand is, does it affect something?
What does it affect?
Like if you're at work with somebody, you don't want it to affect your work relationship.
Nah.
No? You don't think so? You don't think? Because
it's totally not, like if they say no and they make it clear, then it's like it's just obvious, and it's like okay, it will be awkward for like a few days. No, a few weeks.
I don't know.
A few days, bro, and then that's it. Back to normal.
Fair. Yeah, that is good for like most people here, because I feel like most people just get in their head about it. They're like, what if she says this? What if she says that? Like, the worst that she can say is no.
Yeah.
Well, actually, no. The worst you can say is go fuck yourself. But like, that's not good. Like, if that happens, that's her. That's on her.
Yeah,
not
that's
you,
on
right?
her. You don't want to be with someone like that.
Yeah. So like, I remember like, so when I was like going through this like overthinking phase, I remember talking to like one of my other coworkers, and she's like, dude, just calm down, take a breath. Like, all you got to think of is, she says no, oh well. She says yes, lit.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, fully. And I look at her, I'm like, why is that so easy for you to say, but so hard for me to think of immediately? Just because you're so far in the like already there, you can't see like the easy outcome.
Okay. So I don't know if it's just me. Maybe I have like this special ability, but nothing to do with like when I used to do that I would just go talk to girls.
Yeah.
I basically wouldn't think of anything. Like people say like it's impossible.
You would blank out.
Yeah, you basically blank out. You let your fucking balls control you. You know? That's the saying. You grow a pair.
Yep.
And you just fucking go and strike a conversation. That's it.
Yeah. You know what's crazy? Okay, I kind of feel bad for saying this, but so I was saying before, like I saw a girl that had my eyes on. I actually had like 2 or 3 different girls that I saw, and I was like, damn.
Okay.
Right? And
see, you can't like start jumping.
no, I know.
Yeah.
I fully know. So I was like, let's say 3 girls, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, damn, bro. Like, there's like I would love to go out with them, like whatever, right? Once again, I only date. I don't want to fucking one night stand bullshit, right? This is not my thing. So I'm like, fuck, dude. If I ask the wrong person, like if I make the wrong decision, there's like no coming back. Like at least for a good period of time after, because I don't want to be a work slut. You know what I mean?
So again, you're thinking of it wrong. It's who you vibe with the most. It's not like who you decide.
Yeah. No, I get that. I'm saying like, because like the girl that I asked out, I vibe with the most, right?
Okay.
It's just like the personalities matched up really well.
Yeah.
I saw her the most often or whatever, so I asked her out. Right? She said no, which is fine, fully fine. And now I'm like, fuck. Okay, so
I got 2 more.
no.
Chances.
No. It's like I don't want to ask one of them out, and like have it seem like it's a second option, right? Nor do I want
because they're gonna talk to each other. About it.
Nor do I want it to be so like soon after that I just look like a fucking douchebag.
Okay, so
you know what I mean?
So I would just be like, I wouldn't ask the next girl out, but I would try to start vibing with A different girl.
Well, I vibe with all of them. You know what I mean? Like,
Okay, well, vibe with her more.
yeah.
And then what might happen is the chick that you initially liked might start getting jealous.
No. And usually, yes, just not in this situation. I know that for sure.
Okay, well, I don't know. But yeah, I would just like start vibing with someone else. Okay, she's not down next. You can still be friends with her.
Oh, I'm not gonna not be friends with her. You know what I mean? Like, what's it called? I think 95% of the people there really like me, and I'm cool with everybody, because like I have a really chill personality, and like, what's it called? I will fuck with you at work, and like if you don't laugh, it's your fault, not mine, kind of shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like literally, I will legitimately be holding a tray of fucking drinks, right? And I'll just see you just standing still, looking around, making sure you know what you're doing. I will literally, like, fucking take my leg and just fucking Charlie horse you real quick, with my drinks in hand, and they'll look at me and I'll be like, "Don't touch me, don't touch me."
Did you ever do the I don't know, I saw it online where it's like the server came to like a bunch of famous people and would pretend to drop it, the food?
No, never.
You never saw it?
I would never do that. Just
They'd
because
be like,
I would
just
ask.
joking.
The thing is, I would make that joke and actually drop the food, but that's why I wouldn't trust myself. But last time I talked about anything in my personal life, it ended up in like having to cancel all my friends.
Nah, what the hell?
Like, it's crazy because, like, you know, like, you can start from here. Fuck it. Like, what makes me nervous about like talking about this is like when we talked about like what happened like months ago, people just took it the wrong way, right? I really wonder, like, if one of my coworkers saw this, would they take it the wrong way? Because like, I'm just talking about like my perspective of like how I see everything, and I don't think I'm a douchebag because I like multiple girls, and I'm not even pursuing them like at the same time. But like, just the fact that I'm like sort of airing it out. Like, let's say like the girl that rejected me sees this, would she be upset? And I'm just like, I don't know why she would, but then I didn't know why they would be upset at me. I mean, last time, you know what I mean?
I think if they get upset about it, it's just like they're just weird.
Like, it was funny because, so this first girl, right, the one that like rejected me, I told her about what happened on the pod, like episode 10, right? Which, by the way, what a fantastic way to have episode 10. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sorry,
banger.
episode 20 is like next week, and we gotta up the end.
Yeah.
Whatever. And she's like, "Dude, your friends are fucking stupid."
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, "Thank you." You know, maybe like her a little more.
Well,
you know?
what if they see that?
Yeah. Right. So it's like I really do wonder, like, if I'm talking like that is my what makes me a little scared about the podcast sometimes is like talking about like shit in real life, like if it has consequences, because I've already seen how it can like affect people, even though I still think that they're in the wrong for it.
It doesn't affect me. Because I'm just a boss, you know.
Boss
like
ethics.
even if they see it and they aren't happy, they won't say it to my face.
Okay, shut the fuck. You're such a giga chad, bro. Such a giga chad. Like, but really think about it, right? Like, think about what we talked about over the last like 10 minutes, right?
Yeah.
The fact that I said there's three different girls that.
What's wrong with that though?
I don't know. But
There's
like,
nothing wrong with it.
I don't think there's anything wrong with it. But is there? You know what I mean?
Listen, I said it in episode 11. If you don't like it, don't watch.
Grow up.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I don't get, like, for example, I talk about the girl that I'm seeing like a bunch. She thinks it's funny. Some of the things she doesn't find funny.
I mean, I know exactly what you're talking about. The first time I mentioned her.
Nah, even just like things that I say also. But
by the way, I gotta meet this fucking girl.
Yeah. Well, we try to FaceTime you, but
Yeah, I was at work.
yeah, no, you're
Oh,
right.
was
Bill
that
Burr.
Oh, sorry, you're right, Bill Burr.
Yeah, because she's our #1 fan.
Yeah, bro, she's number one. Even.
Yeah.
But yeah, I gotta meet her just because like
She won't say she's our #1 fan, but she's our #1 fan.
it's all good. But yo, actually, you know what? Thank you for bringing up Bill Burr. I fully forgot about that. So I want to talk about this. So me and you both went to go see Sebastian Maniscalco when he came to the Scotiabank Arena.
Mm-hmm.
And we were both like sitting in like the 300s. So Bill Burr is like one of my favorite comedians, and my brothers as well. And I'm like, bro, the tickets from the 300s and the floor is not that big of a difference, right?
How much?
Maybe like it would have been like the difference would have been like 100 Canadian, 150 Canadian.
Oh, okay.
So not like a crazy, right? And I look at him like, dude, when we saw Sebastian, we just kind of saw a dude moving around. We didn't really see
Yeah.
mouth movements or anything, whatever. So we're like, fuck it, let's go, let's pay some money. Gonna hit the floor. right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was working at that time too, so I was like, fuck it, I got money now. Bro, I accidentally got us the best seats ever.
How?
Like, best seats visually. Not, okay? So we're on the floor. We are on the left side of the floor, but somehow we ended up being the two furthest chairs on the right. And then there was a laneway.
Okay.
So we literally were just sat right there. So we can look at him straight. No one in front of us in a sense, right?
Okay.
And also, like, in our section, we were like the third row.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, we were not pretty close because there was still like a whole section in front of us. But, like, we saw everything, right? It was it was a pretty good show. Nothing like that was like Sebastian made me cry once when he was talking about his dad peeing.
Mm-hmm.
Or the fucking
when
he got the funeral, how he got it so high, he got his fucking casket so high up. He's like, "Oh, I got you flowers," and just fucking throws it.
Yeah.
Like, Bill Burr was good, but it wasn't like as good, right? In my opinion. Now, Bill Burr talks a lot about he makes fun of women a lot, right? Like, he's not like no misogynistic.
Yeah.
He just makes a lot of jokes. Now, to my right, a little bit behind me, was a woman.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see her, but she sounded fat.
Okay.
It was just the way she laughed.
Yeah.
She kept she was far back that he couldn't hear her. She kept fucking talking the whole show. And she was drinking, and I was like this is the irony of going to a Bill Burr concert. Like, this woman's trying to ruin it for me, right?
Yeah.
Like, bro, he starts talking shit about Joe Biden. We're laughing, having a good time, right? He's not saying anything bad either. He's just like saying like he's fucking old as shit, right? Yeah. Then he talks about Donald Trump. Every time he says something, I hear in the back, "Yes, he is. Oh my god, yeah." Like Trump is a piece of shit. Oh my god, yes, he is. And I'm like, can you just shut
Yeah.
And
You're
then
ruining the show.
And then it goes back to talking about Biden, and she stops talking, and I'm like, you bitch,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Whatever, like shit like that. But she kept like talking,
Mm-hmm.
or like, and then even when she laughed, it was like, ah! And I'm like, that's not your real laugh. Don't fuck it.
Fake laughing also.
Yeah, but she kept talking.
There were some fake laughers behind me at Sebastian.
Yeah, it's like, bro, like, just laugh if it's not funny to you, don't laugh.
Yeah, don't force yourself to laugh.
Yeah, like whatever. But like, she kept talking the entire show.
Mm-hmm.
Like, at one point, I legitimately almost turned around and was like, shut the fuck up. I wanted to say it. What's it called? We're talking about. I wanted to say an old Bill Burr reference that was, we're talking about hitting women, honey. And I think you added another reason. That's a Bill Burr joke, okay?
Yeah.
So don't get mad at me for that. That's a Bill Burr fucking joke. And it's a funny joke.
But it was good all around.
Yeah, it was great. Now, what was crazy, to get in, they took our phones.
Really?
Like, they had these pouches that could only be opened with a specific device. And they forced you to put your phone in it, and then they closed it. And I got so mad. You know why? I didn't care about I'm not going to video the show. I wanted to take a video of where I was sitting so I can look better than other people. That's it. Like, bro, like,
that's so weird though. They didn't do it at Sebastian.
Yeah, I think it's because this show is going to be like a special.
Maybe.
But yeah, so I just wanted to bring that up just because this fucking woman like tried to ruin my night. Didn't let it. It didn't faze me though. Don't worry. I'm talking about it now. But like I remember like I looked at my brother. He looked at me, and we're just like, woman, and we kept watching the show. And also, he had a woman comedian open his show.
Yeah.
I couldn't laugh. There was nothing funny about it.
Oh, really? Huh?
The only like semi-funny thing that she said was she went to Ripley's or whatever, and there was a scale that said how many fish you would weigh up, like you would weigh, and she's like, I weighed like 2,000 fish, and she's like, yeah, I'm fishy, like talking about her pussy.
Oh, okay.
And like that was the only thing where I was like,
but like, again, it's just like they make a pussy joke, the female comedian.
Is it just me, or do women comedians only make jokes about their pussy?
Yeah, like it's like. Could you imagine if there was a male comedian just making jokes about his dick all the time? It would be like, what the fuck? This is so weird.
Yeah. Like when I go to a comedy show, I want to hear you talk some shit about politicians.
Mhm.
I want to hear you take a fucking drug trip or some shit,
Mhm.
and then I want to hear just a funny perspective on something.
Exactly.
Like Andrew Schultz with the with the abortion clinic, how the dude's like, bro, if you give it some time, it'll become a baby, and he's like, yeah, your 10-year-old daughter is hot. What? In a few years, she'll be 18. Like,
yeah.
like that shit's great. Not fucking. Oh my god, I fucked this bitch, bro, and she like queefed. Oh my god, ha! Like,
Yeah,
I
I
can't stand
I don't get it. I definitely have Sebastian number 1, Bill Burr probably number 2. I don't know. Just find male comedians funnier.
yeah, like, there's only I think one woman who ever made me fucking laugh, and that was Miss Pat. Just because she was.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she was like just the funny like black mom. It was like she was like I beat the like she like goes to my husband. You want some pussy? He's like, nah. Just shit like that, bro. That shit fucking got me. That was the one time I fucking like that a woman made a joke like with the intention to make you laugh.
Yeah.
And I was crying.
Yeah, that's funny.
Like shit like that, bro. That shit was great. But yeah.
Anyways, let's wrap it up because I also gotta go to my grandma's in a bit. So
no worries.
all good.
You don't want to talk UFC at all or no?
Nah.
Fine. Just real quick, imagine Tuivasa beats Gunn next week. That's it. That's all I want to say.
Ah, okay.
Guys, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the podcast. Please don't hate us.
Why would?
And if you do, stop watching. Well, guys, we will see you guys very, very soon. Have a great rest of your days. Be safe, be smart, and a little stupid. Have a great night. Peace.